Do you think getting into the business end of the season now, is this the part as players you all enjoy?
Yeah, I think so. Exciting, obviously running. 12 games left, and as I've said earlier, there's something on every single game now, whether that be the opponents or us. We need to go into every single game wanting to win it and take maximum points.
In terms of the league and where we sit, how is that being viewed from the inside?
Yeah, we obviously want to be probably close to the top two, but we've been on good form, and we've had, I think, 70% of the games this season we played really well, and we just haven't picked up the maximum points. But ultimately it's a points business, isn't it? And maximum points is what we need to strive for.
A lot of very good performances recently. Is that the key now, to be as ruthless as we can and turn some of those points into 3 points?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've shown consistency in the level of performances, and as you said, we need to have that ruthless instinct within us, within the change room and stuff. And we know that. We're not naive to it. And we certainly know that we need to show a killer instinct and finish games off when we're on top.
We head to Exeter on Saturday. What are we expecting from them?
Yeah, team that's quite free flowing. Like to play. Certainly, they weren't shy of having the ball when they were at our place earlier on in the season. Obviously, changed the manager and stuff, but you kind of expect the philosophy maybe to stay the same, and every change up, we'll be ready for that.
Is that something you prefer when teams go toe to toe with you a bit more?
Yeah, I think so, because I think we need to have real belief within our change room that we're a top squad, and I think from the outside everyone thinks we're a top squad and knows the calibre of players that we have, and it's about us showing that we're better and coming out on top in our 1v1 duels against opposition.
And they're a team that hasn't lost many games this year, so we know it's going to be tough regardless of how they're going to play.
Yeah, definitely. I remember obviously last season there's decent atmosphere as well. They got that big stand, haven't they, behind the goal, which creates an atmosphere, and it's not an easy place to go, and a challenge we need to relish.
They've had a lot of draws too. It sort of emphasises the importance of scoring whenever we are on top in games as well, especially when they can be as tight as they are.
Yeah, I've seen that. I think they've had similar amount of draws to us in the last few games, and ultimately we need to win games in these last 12, and that's what we want to do starting Saturday.
That's just our job, isn't it? Keeping as much pressure on as we can on the teams around us and seeing where that takes us.
Yeah, definitely. We just need to keep winning. We need to win, obviously, in the last 12 games, as many games as we can, and pick up as many points as we can, and we'll see what happens.
And just finally, it's a big old trip for yourself, the staff and the fans. I'm sure you'll be looking to reward them as much as you can for that long.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, don't envy anyone that does that long trip down there. I know how far it is. Obviously, north all the way down to southwest, so it's a hell of a trip, and it'll be nothing better than coming back on that coach with all 3 points for the fans, the players, and coaching staff.